was this girl a shopaholic? Like, not like we even know it. Victoria with Fashion Academy at BS Lifestyles, and now we talk about the fabulous Josephine Bonaparte and Napoleon. You've probably seen the video by Ridley Scott of Napoleon, and as much as it's a great film, it really does miss the fact that Josephine Bonaparte really launched Napoleon's career. She really made a difference, and they say that she launched him through her fashion. Her fashion made him famous. It made two of them a very renowned couple. So Josephine Bonaparte actually was in jail. She was imprisoned in the late 1700s, and she was ready to be guillotined any day. Her husband, in actual fact, was killed by the guillotine, and she was just imprisoned waiting her day where she would have the same fate. Well, she ended up being freed in the end, and herself and her friend, who were both together imprisoned, they had short hair, because back then when you were imprisoned, your hair was cut short and you had these sort of long, flowy white dresses, rather than the big corsets and everything else that they wore. So she came out into society and really made a big influence on Napoleon, because she made short hair super sexy. She was a gorgeous looking woman and a beautiful body. She took these muslin dresses and created flowy, gorgeous gowns. Herself and her friend together really revolutionized the fashion back after the French Revolution, which was a very, very terrible time. She created or invented the Empire line, which really made her look so thin, so beautiful. And she was the one that actually created this beautiful fine muslin that was always draped over her. So it looked like she was flowy and silky and beautiful. She was so popular that Napoleon used to write letters to her all the time, telling her how incredible she was. And that you did see in the movie. Well, it ended up that she ended to be a massive shopaholic when they got married. And she really took her crown to a new level. She started creating these dresses, the Empire line. It's called Empire style she created, but she was actually known for a lot more. Most people, like Marie Antoinette, like we spoke about before, had more of a kind of 18th century flowery cocoa type of dress wear. She was completely the absolute opposite. Marie Antoinette had about 170 dresses, and Josephine Bonaparte had 900 dresses. She had tiaras. She created the tiara. In fact, she had a tiara that was very close to Napoleon's crown. So they actually think that she copied it from the crown without him really taking any notice. He adored her style, but when they were being crowned, he insisted that she wear the big fur and the big attire that you wear when a queen is being crowned. It was so heavy that she had to kneel down with the weight of all this clothing. What she really did for fashion is that after the French Revolution, which was such a terrible time for everyone, she reintroduced luxury to the world. She had so many fine jewels, so many tiaras, the most beautiful long flowy dresses that were now really, really comfortable. Everybody loved it and everybody copied her. So when Napoleon was away taking over the different countries, he actually would send her some clothing. One was a warm shawl called a Kashmiri shawl. We now know it as a cashmere shawl. Those cashmere wools were never paired before with anything like a muslin dress. She made it famous and she made it cool. She was unbelievable, but by golly, was this girl a shopaholic. Like, not like we even know it. When they divorced because she couldn't give him a child, he set her up in a beautiful country home with all of the ladies in waiting who absolutely adored her and her style. Everybody looked up to her and gave her 4 million francs a year to work from. And she spent most of that on clothing, which now equates to about $2.1 million a year on clothing alone. This girl was the shopaholic. She loved to make dresses too. In actual fact, when Napoleon sold Louisiana for 15 million, it was said that she spent over 60% of the sale of Louisiana on clothes. I mean, you're my hero. Go girl. Stick with us on Fashion Academy while we go to the next series when we come back up from the mid-1700s straight up to the 1900s. And let's also talk about the current Queen of England. Well, the previous Queen of England who passed recently. She also was a huge mark. And then we can go through to the designers, where they take their inspiration from, who is going to survive in the future as a designer and who is not. Stick with us. Go on to victoriashorten.com for any of your luxury bags and any of the beautiful articles that we create up there. And I will see you next time. And I have this little guy who's whining, so I should probably say hello. Say hello, Ragatoni. Say bye-bye. Say see you next time. He's crying, he wants to be on camera. Say hi YouTube. Hi Insta. Blah, 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 blah.